This is Poot, People's Opinions on Popular Topics.
Me down here is that, what day was it? Was it January 9th? When did all our truckers roll in?
We're 22 days in now.
22 days in. So when I heard that they were on their way here, I wept. I really, tears rolled down my face. I just felt like for the first time I was being given a voice, that somebody was out there listening and speaking, the truth that is not everybody's truth, but certainly it's my truth. And many of us, we don't want, I don't know, I'm not speaking for everybody, but we want a choice. Even if everybody here doesn't say that they are pro-vaccines or not, it doesn't matter. We want to have a choice. And I was so happy to see that we have this amazing group of people who've come from all over Canada to stand for that.
Are you from Ottawa?
I am not from Ottawa.
What was it like getting downtown this morning?
Well, we drove in last night. We were here for about 3 or 4 days prior to this, and I drove out on, what day are we in now? Today is what day
Friday.
of the week? Friday. So we left here on Wednesday night with a heavy heart. I didn't want to leave because this is amazing what they're doing here. And I got home. We live 3 hours away. And by the next morning, I was saying, we need to go back. I need to get back there. And so we drove. We got ourselves ready. We drove last night in that snowstorm.
Wow.
It took us 4 and a bit hours to get. So it took us a long time. They had a lot of the ramps were all closed, so even the place where we had booked to stay, we couldn't get into it without making a big detour. We got stuck on a hill. We had to do detours because of the conditions, but I'm really glad to be here this morning. We walked in this morning, so usually I get on the ice and skate when I've stayed here the last time to the Parliament. But this morning we had to walk. The ice conditions are still covered in snow.
Okay, tell me a little bit about your sign here.
Oh, yeah. So I've got here protect, and you can see the word protect in yellow and black of our law enforcement. Our rights and freedoms, and thank you, Brian Peckford. And as I hope most of the viewers know, Brian Peckford is the last living person who was part of the, drawing up of and signing of, is the last living person who signed our Canadian Chartered Rights and Freedoms. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I did not know that.
Oh, okay. Yes, and he's here. Brian Peckford came with the medical scientists and the virologists that came along here with the truckers. These are not the people that everyone is making them out to be or saying who they are. These are hardworking people who love their children, who have wives that are sitting at home all these days, probably now with their accounts frozen and can't even buy a coffee. Because their loved ones are here fighting for our rights and freedoms that were, put together and signed and we're supposed to be stuck to. And Brian Peckford, last living one, is here. He showed up on day one, and he is suing Trudeau and the government for violating our rights and freedoms.
What do you think of the media's characterization of this peaceful gathering? It seems they have a narrative that they're going with, and they promote that narrative no matter what.
I have been listening to the narrative for, I think 25 years now, on our most mainstream media, CBC Radio. For that long, I love the programming there, but I have heard the bias. I hear it, and it's so frustrating that the very... Good morning.
Good morning. Oh yeah, it's kind of you guys. Thank you.
No problem. it's very frustrating that you hear the bias in their voices. I hear them when they've had programming on vaccines over the last 25 years. I have been following this that long. And so with this one, it's shocking to hear that our mainstream media that's supposed to give us a really clear view of what's happening from post to post it purposefully is not telling us what's happening here. I came down, I saw with my own eyes, I've heard with my own ears. The veterans did not appreciate the city putting fencing around their monument. They took the fencing down themselves. They fought for our rights and freedoms. They understand what's going on here, and they appreciate what's going on down here.
So 9/11, no big deal. You know, all of BC's on fire with forest fires. Who cares? You know, shootings in Montreal, not a big deal. But Trucker Convoy 2020, War Measures Act.
Right.
Does that make sense to you?
Okay. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's appalling. It's disgusting. It goes against everything here. I was skating on the Rideau Canal that day, listening live to Justin Trudeau make his announcement. I have no words. I cannot even believe it. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll wrap it up there. What are some of your final thoughts?
My final thoughts? Well, maybe this one. Seize your say. Come on, guys.
The
Okay?
place is here, the time is now, seize your say.
Yeah.
So, if people are sitting at home right now, they're just expecting the government to give them freedom. They don't understand that they have to go out and tell the government they want freedom.
Yeah, well, we shouldn't even have to tell them we want freedom. Absolutely. Whether you have the vaccine and you feel like you've done your part, I'm going to tell you something. I did my part. I wore a mask. I stayed home. I stayed home way more than anybody else does. Like, I was so careful. And my whole family, they all are fully vaxxed. I do not have a vaccine. I am allergic to everything under the sun. I got what do you call it, an exemption, and then that was revoked almost immediately by doctors I'd never even seen. I got a letter in the mail saying that I needed to show up, get a vaccine, and if I had an anaphylactic shock to that vaccine, then I would be exempt from future vaccines.
That's barbarism.
That's the letter that I got. So my whole family vaccinated. Everybody wore masks. We did all, whatever. I am saying, please, people, understand that the people that are here are not trying to make life difficult for everybody. We just want to be able to have a right to say no to having something go in our bodies if we want to. We want life to go back to normal. We don't want to be mandated every step of the way. We think for ourselves. We can, and we do.
Bada bing, bada boom. We're going to end it there.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for your time. Thanks for being here, and good luck.
Same to you.
All right. Pooped, right?
Yeah, pooped.ca.
All right, pooped.ca.